Oh, I hope I'm audible now. I'm so sorry. I think I was on mute. So if you can hear me, the way we would proceed is I'll give you 2 minutes for every question. And in these 2 minutes, you should try to solve the question. So please solve the first question. You have 2 minutes. And if I don't get any answer, or even if I get the answer, I will solve it. Case Ganga IS Academy. Oh. Anybody who's got the answer? And please like and subscribe to our channel if you think this is relevant. Pass it on to any of the groups that you are a member of if you think this is relevant. Okay, so the time is up. I don't see any answers so far. Anybody who's got the answer? Okay. The list price of an article was increased by 10%. So it was increased by 10%. And then it was decreased by 10%. And if initially it was X, finally the list price became 20 rupees. So how do you solve it? So when you increase the list price by 10%, it is basically 110%. When you decrease by 10%, it becomes 100 minus 10%. So 110% of 100 minus 10% of X, this should give you 20 rupees. 110% is nothing but 100 plus 10 into 100 minus 10. And because it is percentage, 110% can be written as 100 plus 10 divided by 100. 90% can be written as 100 minus 10 divided by 100 into X is equal to 20. And the actual choices in the question were also given in the same way. 20 into 100 square upon 100 square minus 10 square. This question appeared as it was an MCQ, but I converted this into a theta question here for today's session. Those of you who are here for the first time, welcome to this live by Pathfinder. We plan to do these lives every Friday and Saturday at 6:30 p.m. solving CAT questions, old CAT questions or CAT level questions for practice. The sole aim of these sessions is practice some basic knowledge of the areas that we cover will be assumed when we are solving live here. So जितने भी लोग हैं सब एक एक लाइक ठोक दो भाई, एक एक लाइक ठोक दो. अगर आपको लगता है कि शेयर कर सकते हो कहीं तो शेयर कर दो किसी रेलेवेंट ग्रुप में. Here is the next question. Your time starts now. So I guess I'll give this question a minute more probably. Anybody who's able to get the answer to this question? Okay, time is up. Now, this question requires some assumptions, and it will be good if you make some relevant assumptions. You can easily solve this question orally. So let me show you my thought process to solve this question. The question goes, a dealer offers a cash discount of 20% and still makes a profit of 20% when he further allows 16 articles to a dozen to a particularly sticky bargainer. How much percent above the cost price were his wares listed? So what is he doing? He's charging for 12 and giving away 16 articles. This is the first thing that you should notice in this question. Now assume, and this is how I would think this question through, assume that the marked price of each article is rupees 100. So discounted 20% discounted price will be 100 minus 20, that is 80 rupees. And for 80 rupees, you charged for 12 while you gave away 16. Correct? So you charged for 12, that means the total amount you must have obtained is 12 into 80. That is rupees 960. Correct? And for 960, you gave away 16 articles. But you still made a profit of 20%. So if you made a profit of 20%, it means 960 must be equal to CP plus 20% of CP. You should actually be able to write it as 960 is equal to 1.2 times CP. This would make it faster. So if you solve this equation for CP, what are you going to get? You still make a profit of, so you get CP is equal to 800. But this is the cost of how many items? Because you gave away 16 articles, this will be the cost of 16 articles. So which means cost price of one article must be 800 upon 16, that is 50 rupee. So you started with 100 rupee as the mark price and you obtained cost price as 50 rupees. So what is the percentage markup? Without even calculating anything further, I can simply mark 100% as my answer. So for such questions, it was ideal that you started by making some relevant assumptions. In fact, many questions of arithmetic can be solved orally by making relevant assumptions. And if you make these assumptions, you will actually be able to solve questions orally. All of this should be done orally. I have only written down for the purpose of explanation. I hope you understood it. Let us go to the next question. Yeah. This is your next question. And your time starts now. I'll give you 2 minutes and 20 seconds for this question. भाई जितने लोग नए हैं एक एक लाइक ठोक दो और इस लाइव को शेयर कर दो रिलेवेंट ग्रुप्स में. Pathfinder live every Friday and every Saturday we will be solving CAT questions, old CAT questions or CAT level questions, and as we proceed these lives will happen on every Friday and every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Please do subscribe to our channel if you are here for the first time, and do not miss these lives because we are going to solve some amazing questions in the next few sessions. I don't see any of you answering the questions. Okay. So once again, we have a question where there is a company that purchases components A and B from Germany and USA respectively. A and B form 30% and 50% of the total production cost. Now, if you want to solve this question in quick time, the first thing you have to get used to is you should keep taking notes as you are reading the question, because you will not have the luxury of reading. Even if the question is long, you won't have the luxury of reading it 2 times. So component A and B form 30% and 50% of the total cost. So if the total cost is 100, the German component will be 30%, the US component will be 50%, and there will be some other component which you don't know from where you are purchasing, that will amount to 20%. Due to the change in international scenario, cost of German mark increased by 30% and that of US dollar increased by 22%. But due to market conditions, the selling price cannot be increased beyond. See, a product that is costing you 100 rupees, the current gain is given to be 20%. So you can just think of it as 120 rupees is the selling price. Because when 100 is the cost and 120 is the selling price, then you will gain 20%. Now, what has happened? That the cost of German mark increased by 30%. So this portion will increase by 30%. So 1.3 into 30 will give me 30% increase over 30. That is 39 rupees. So item A will now cost 39 rupees instead of 30 rupees. What about item B? There is an increase of 22%. So 1.22 into 50. A better way of looking at it is 50 plus 22% of 50, which is 11. So 61 rupees. So component A and B, which used to cost 80 rupees, will now cost 100 rupees. There is nothing told about the remaining part. So you will assume that this cost will remain the same. So now, instead of 100 rupees, the component costs 120 rupee only. And what has been told about the selling price? The selling price cannot be increased beyond 10%. So earlier the selling price was 120. So now the selling price will be 1.1 into 120, that is 132 rupees. And what is the percentage profit? I am writing it down only for your understanding. Otherwise, this can be very easily done orally. This is 10% profit. Again, what we did was we just took some relevant assumptions, and taking relevant assumptions, you can always solve most of the arithmetic questions easily by making these relevant assumptions. And what was the assumption here? That the cost of the product initially is 100 rupees. Let us look at another question. Try solving this. Okay. So a shopkeeper gives two successive discounts of 10% and 20% on the market price of 5,000 of a bicycle. He had to further give a discount equal to 20% of his cost price on the new selling price, as a result of which he made neither profit nor loss. Find the cost price for the bicycle. Now, this is given to you. So if his initial market price is 5,000 rupees, a 10% discount will mean that the price goes to 4,500. A 20% discount is a discount of 900 on 4,500. So 4,500 minus 900 will give you 3,600 rupees. And then he says that he had to further give a discount of 20% on the cost price. So on 3,600, he gave a discount of 20% of CP, and therefore he reached neither profit nor loss. That means 3,600 minus the third discount must be equal to his cost price. So 3,600 must be equal to CP plus 20% of his CP is 1.2 times CP. So cost price is 3600 upon 1.2, that is 3000 rupee, which is your answer. Let us move to the next question and the last question for the day. If you are here for the first time, do like our live stream. These live streams will be every Friday, every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Now, this is a beautiful question. Let us see how many of you can approach this question. I'll give you 3 minutes for this question. Let's see. Please do answer on the chat box if you get the answer. भाई पहली बार अगर आए हो तो एक लाइक ठोक दो और अब तो लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, सो सेशन शेयर भी कर दोगे तो नॉट मच ऑफ द टाइम इज लेफ्ट, बट एक लाइक ठोक दो. एंड इफ यू विश टू सॉल्व कैट लेवल क्वेश्चंस और ओल्ड कैट क्वेश्चंस, प्लीज बी हियर एवरी फ्राइडे सैटरडे एट 6:30 p.m. Anybody who has got the answer? Okay, let us solve this one. A merchant buys a consignment of some items at the rate of rupees 20 per item. He sells the first item for 2 rupees, the next for rupees 4, the next for rupees 8, and so on. And if he wants to make an overall profit of 40%, what is the minimum number of items that he must sell? Again, this is an old CAT question. So the first thing you don't know is you don't know how many items he must buy and sell. Suppose to gain at least 40%, he has to buy, let's say, X items. So what is the total cost of X items? 20 times X. And if you have to make a profit of at least 40%, so what should your revenue be? 20X plus 40% of 20X, that is 28X. This is the first part. And again, I am asking you to do this computation orally. This can be done orally. So 28X must be your total revenue. And how are you selling? you're charging 2 rupees for the first item, 4 rupees for the next item, 6 rupees for the next item, right? 8 rupees for the next item, and so on. So what has happened? So if you're charging 2, 4, 6, I think there is a mistake here. The next for rupees 6, it should be, and so on. So 2 plus 4 plus 6, how many items are there? There are X items. So there must be X items. Now, if you look at this series, this sequence, the price is increasing by 2 rupees for every item sold. So if you take 2 common, what are you going to get? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and so on till how many items? Again, for X items. But what will be the price of Xth item? The price of the Xth item is 2 plus X minus 1 into 2. Correct? And which is basically equal to 2x. Because the nth term, this is basically an arithmetic progression. The nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d. D is 2 rupees. The first term is 2 and n is equal to x. So here, the total becomes, the sum becomes 2 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 till x, and this is equal to 28x. But what is this? What is the sum of first n natural numbers? N into n plus 1 by 2. So this should be x into x plus 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 28x. So x cancels out, 2 cancels out. X is equal to 27 items. So what is the minimum number of items that he must sell? The minimum number of items that he must sell is 27. Again, it's a very good question, and it relies on your knowledge of 2 things, profit and loss and AP. So with this, I think we've exhausted all our questions for today. And as I've told you, Pathfinder Lives will be on every Friday and every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. We will be solving old CAT questions or CAT level questions every time there is a live. And there will be questions of quantitative aptitude, of DILR, as well as of English language. That's all from me now here. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining in.